So this here is going to be a painting video for a Primaris Techmarine, and we did him with metallic color just because the rest of our army is metallic. Now you don't have to do that, but if you want a nice metallic looking iron shiny type Primaris Techmarine, stay tuned and we'll show you how we painted him up. We did him with our normal Legion colors, which is Alpha Legion. You could do him with any color you like or any Legion. The only difference is the kneecap and the shoulder pad, which you can do Ultramarines blue or Blood Angels red or whatever you so wish. So if you want to watch how we did this up, please stay tuned and we'll show you how we got the colors we did. Otherwise than that, if you find this helpful, please feel free to leave a like or a comment or subscribe to the channel. And otherwise than that, we'll see you in a few minutes when we start our painting video. So this here is going to be a painting video on how to paint a Primaris Techmarine. So we've got them assembled here, and we've base coated them first with some Leadbelcher spray. All over the model, and we haven't affixed them to the base yet. We have kept those two separate, and that's going to make it easier to get underneath and around all the angles where you're not working around a base here. So with that, we've got just him based in Leadbelcher, and because he's a Techmarine, we're going to use a dark red on him, except for the shoulder pad where we're going to make him whichever Legion specific guy we're going to use. And then all of the mechanics here, the arms and the hydraulics and all that stuff, we're going to leave metal, including the claw here. We're going to do that first. So we're going to add a shade of Nuln oil, and then like all your normal metallics, we're going to dry brush on some Ironbreaker, and that's your typical metallic look. We're going to do it for the whole model, so we'll do both of those now, give them a good coat of Nuln oil, and then come back with a nice highlight of Ironbreaker over the entire model, and be back in a few minutes. So this here is our Techmarine now that we finished with the Nuln oil. As you can see, it's a little bit still wet in the corners and things like that. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll dry brush it with the Ironbreaker just to brighten it all back up, and then be back here in a few minutes once that's done. So this here is our Techmarine now that we finished with the Ironbreaker. So all we did was really just brighten back up the model, but the Nuln oil did pool in the grooves, especially in all the metals. So we have a really nice depth to that and a metallic grungy looking there. So what we're going to do now is come through and do just the armor on this model. And we're going to be very particular as to which parts we hit because it is hard to clean this up after. But we're going to take some Flesh Tearers red contrast paint, and we're just going to lightly go on one thin coat over the metallics and then a second coat after, just to make a uniform coat. That'll get us a translucent red color over the top of our metallics, and we'll have a metallic looking Space Marine at the end of it. And then we're going to avoid the shoulder that usually gets the Legion color. So we'll do that now and be back in a few minutes, and you'll see what it looks like. So this is our model now that we finished with the Flesh Tearer red contrast paint. And as you can see, it turned out quite nice. We've got a lot of nice metallic colors here, and it helps make the Techmarine stand out more like a Techmarine because he should be more robotic. So with that finished, what we're going to do now is start doing these joints in the armor here, because they're all available and accessible here until we base them. So there's some over here, some down there. So we'll do all those now, and they're going to get done with Abaddon black, and then they're going to get done with a dry brush of Eshen gray. So we'll do both of those now, and be back in a few moments once that's done to move on to the next color. So this here's our Techmarine now that we finished with the black. So we did all of those joints and such. So what we're going to do after that, or what we already did, was we took a little bit of Ironbreaker, and we just went back and cleaned up any of the places where the red overlapped. So this hose, belt buckles, things like that. The holster of the gun, where the fingers were wrapped around it, and then of course all of the machinery joints and anything like that. So we cleaned all that up with Ironbreaker. We added the respirator coils and the ones on the other side, so we did those as well. So our next step, we're going to do the belt and the holster and some satchels on the back here. So we're going to do all of those things with brown. So we'll take some Rhinox hide and then a dry brush of Skrag brown. We'll probably also at this point do the grip on the axe here, just to match it in. We'll probably do it a little bit more tan, so a bit more Skrag brown to lighten it up. So we'll do those now and be back here in a few minutes once that's done, as we start picking away at some of the extra colors on here. So with our Techmarine coming along nicely now, as you can see, we dry brushed this holster nice, and we did the same thing with the satchels and the staff grip. So we're going to move on from there, and what we're going to do is take a little bit of Balthasar gold and start doing some of the trim on the axe here, as well as anything else we might find around, maybe the drill bit here and some things like that. Just add another color to the mix. So we'll do that now and be back in a few minutes once that's done. May even try to get some of the ammunition in the bolter up here as well. So we'll do those and be back in a few minutes. So our Techmarine is coming along pretty nice. So our next thing we're going to do is just take a little bit of Thousand Suns Blue, just to do the two eyes of the model like so. And then we're probably going to, after that, take a little bit of Stormhost silver and just clean up some of the trim here, including the little skull on the top and some of these pieces. So we're going to do that now and be back here in a few moments for our last spot. So for our Techmarine now, the next thing we're going to do is the shoulder pad. Now, depending on which legion you're going to run them on, you'll do either, ultramarine blue, or you'll do some red for Blood Angels or what have you. But this is your chance to specify which legion we're going to run. I also left the kneecap over here for the exact same purpose. And in my case, we're going to do Alpha Legion because we're doing a Loyalist Alpha Legion chapter. We're going to take a little bit of Terradon Turquoise and just color both of those pieces with that aqua green Alpha Legion color. So we'll do those now and then meet back here in a few more minutes. So this here's our Techmarine now that we finished with the shoulder pads and the knee pad. So we've made them our aqua teal, which was our plan, but you could do it ultramarine blue, you could do it Blood Angels red. You pretty much have any choice you like, but we're doing it this color here, and that almost finishes the model. So what we're going to do now is add the transfers as well as base him properly. We did do a series of couple of grays here. I think we used Mechanicus standard gray with a Dawnstone and then a little bit of Xandri dust here on the bottom. But mostly we're going to cover this with sand in a few minutes. So we'll do that now and then meet back here in a few minutes. But for the most part, the model's pretty much finished. So we'll see you in a few minutes and see what it looks like. So this here's our final product, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. We've based it as well as clear coated it, so it's nice and protected now. And we've added the transfers, one on the knee and one on the shoulder. So that pretty much finishes our model. Now, hopefully yours turned out just as well as this, and if so, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If that's the case, please feel free to leave a like or a comment, or subscribe to the channel, and you can stay tuned for any new videos we put out. Otherwise than that, we will see you at our next painting video, and we'll throw a few images of different angles for this model at the end of this video here. So stay tuned for that, and otherwise than that, we'll see you at our next video. Thanks for watching.